What's up, YouTube? Today I'm going to talk about another ratcheting screwdriver that has become a favorite of mine. I have a few of these. Um, this is not the screwdriver I'm talking about, but this is the screwdriver I'm going to compare it to. I consider this to be kind of like the benchmark for all screwdrivers. These come from Snap-on. They're probably about 80 bucks. They're reversible. Um, There's three settings on these. This one's a little worn out, but there's a center setting that locks it. There's a reverse, and there's a forward. Um, and you know, the grip on this is excellent. These have a knurling. The shank is not removable, but I would say for I have two of these, and it is, put simply, the nicest screwdriver I've ever used, and absolutely worth the money. If you want a screwdriver that's going to last the rest of your life, this is the one. These also have a hollow handle with a threaded end on it where you can store your bits. That's actually really helpful from a portability perspective. So this is the gold standard. Um, this is the budget monster. These are Pittsburgh Pro T-handle ratcheting screwdrivers, and the first edition that they had of this was a little bit more contoured in the handle, but this has an added feature that is really cool, that is arguably helpful from a portability perspective, but may cause problems if you're really reefing on it. These are probably like $8, maybe even a bit less than that if you get a 20% off coupon or they're on sale. And when I just can't get the torque I need on a stuck screw with this thing, this is a pleasure to use, whereas this is a little bit more of a heftier or a thicker, less quality feeling ratcheting mechanism. So, these are amazing, but sometimes because the handle is only so wide, you really can't get the torque that you need. And that's where this thing has repeatedly gotten me out of a jam, like probably 20 times since in the last 2 years, I would say. And that entirely comes down to this T-handle. It's just incredible. You can really lean on this thing, and you can just, it just gives you that much more torque. You can probably make, 5 or 10 times the torque with a T-handle than you can with a regular screwdriver. I really don't know why more companies don't sell these things, or why they're not more popular. Another really awesome feature of this particular one is the full-on slide-out shank. So, as it stands here, if you happen to have other shanks like this, you can probably put them right in here too. But this allows you to kind of like select your length. So, that's about as long as it goes, but if you're in a tight spot, you have two more adjustment points. And then I suppose if you really needed to pack it up small, you could probably take that out entirely and reconfigure things. This has a reversible ratcheting mechanism with a lock center as well. And as you can see, actually, I think the ratcheting mechanism on this one is improved from some of the earlier designs. It is a little bit smoother. It does actually feel a little bit better. Once again, not quite as nice as this, but you're talking less than $10 and upwards of $80. The last thing that's really cool about this particular screwdriver is the socket cartridge. So I'm going to do that again. All you got to do is, to get at your extra bits, you have a sort of a cartridge in here, and you just hit this button on the end. Now the problem with that is that if you're really in a weird spot with this, you could potentially pop that out and lose your bits in whatever you're working on. As you can see, I've already lost one at one point, but that wasn't that wasn't because of this falling out. That was actually because I believe this magnet, no, maybe it wasn't this magnet. It might have been another screwdriver, but I had one where the magnetic part for the bit wasn't all that strong, and it disappeared forever under the hood of my car. But what you have in here is a 6-bit cartridge, where I believe this one that is missing was a Phillips. So you get 2 Phillips heads, you get 2 flat heads, and then you get 2 Torx bits. And so that's a really cool one. I don't know if there's, it would be nice if there was a way to just kind of like lock this closed. And it does feel a little flimsy, so I don't know how long it would last, but even at that, even if this fell apart and fell out, you know, it's just your bit holder. It's not like you're losing much in terms of, you know, you would just have a hollow handle, and it wouldn't really make that much of a difference in terms of the usability of the tool. So that's about all there is. Oh, and also this is a Pittsburgh Pro, so you get the essentially no questions asked Harbor Freight lifetime warranty. So if you get a chance to buy one of these things, I would say this is probably one of the top 5 or so hand tools that Harbor Freight sells. Thanks.